Good afternoon, Winnicott.
Welcome to the first off-campus episode of WHTV.
Currently, Caroline and I are in the Los Olas parking lot as we're just driving around Hampton since we can't be in the TV studio.
Yeah, the school is shut not only to students, but staff as well. But Julia, isn't this kind of great though? We have 3 weeks off from school.
Caroline, the reason we aren't at school is actually really serious, but we also kind of are in school too, a little bit.
Yeah, I know. I would rather be in school right now because 3 weeks is a pretty long time being stuck at your house. But let's see how the shutdown will impact Winnicott. After Winnicott announced that school will be closed for 2 weeks, Governor Sununu announced on Sunday that all New Hampshire schools will be closed through at least April 3rd, 3 weeks. With this announcement, many students had questions about upcoming events. On Tuesday, Maggie spoke with Mr. McGowan and addressed some of those concerns. When it comes to graduation and prom, Mr. McGowan said that there has not been any talk of these events as there is a fluid situation and they are trying to take it day by day. However, he does realize that we are all curious and promises to let us know as soon as conversation is held as to what the future of these events look like. Also, SATs will no longer be taking place at the end of March for the juniors, and the College Board is looking at additional dates in April. When it comes to AP tests, Mr. McGowan also said that not much has been said, but the College Board is also looking at additional resources and additional dates for these tests.
Teachers are working on getting all their classes online, and by now, all students should have been contacted by their teachers on what to expect. All teachers will be available for 4 hours each day through mail or Google Meet video conferencing. Check your Google Classroom for more information. You can expect to receive about 20 to 30 minutes of work in each of your classes. Teachers will also be taking attendance through either the posted assignments or some kind of other check-in with the students. If you have a problem with your Chromebook, you can make out a tech request by filling out the form on the Winnicott site under the school closure resources. Also, the dining hall will continue to make meals for students who receive free lunch. There's also more information of how that works on the school webpage. As far as sports go, winter sports are canceled and spring sports are currently just delayed. We should all continue to be very careful, washing our hands, and try not to be around too many people.
Great idea, Julia. Since everyone's just sitting at home, let's give them some stories to watch in the meantime.
Great idea. We'll start off with a trip that some of our classmates took to Italy over February break.
Yeah, I kind of feel bad about those students. Their 2-week quarantine ended last Friday. Now we have no school for 3 weeks.
I know, and by the time they get back, it'll at least have been 6 weeks for them.
But I think you will all see that it was worth it when you see the amazing footage from Alyssa and Tyler.
Over February break, about 40 students and staff from Winnicott traveled to Italy. Their journey started in Verona, continuing through Venice, Florence, Assisi, Rome, and finally ending in Pompeii. The trip was guided by Simon, an EF tour guide who has traveled with Winnicott for many years.
Hi, I'm Simon. I'm from England, and I'm a tour guide for EF. And I've just completed my 16th consecutive tour for Winnicott High School in Europe. My first job in tourism was way back in the 18th century. No, it was like 30 years ago. It was an advert in a British newspaper for the tour guide job, and I really thought that would suit me really well.
Many of the teachers share the same passion of traveling the world, including Mr. Nash, one of the chaperones on the trip, and Mr. Myers, a chaperone in training.
The reason I'm drawn to traveling is probably the same reason that I enjoy teaching, that is basically kind of experiencing something for young people like yourselves, and it's really invigorating and, I don't know, very cool to see.
Well, I've known Mrs. Noon and Mrs. Reed for a long time. I've been bugging them to come on these trips pretty much since they started them, and finally got the opportunity this year. I'm so thankful they asked me. It's been just one of the best experiences of my whole teaching career. I've never been to Italy before, so I was seeing all of this for the first time. My 2 daughters have been on this exact same trip, so I've got to go see all the things that they've got to see. Just watching the students experience this stuff for the first time, seeing it through their eyes, seeing their excitement, seeing how just the joy that they had, seeing these fantastic sights that we've seen. It's been really, really great.
Current freshmen and sophomores can apply to be travelers, while current juniors can apply to be senior ambassadors next year.
The application process was that we had to write an essay about why we wanted to go and what we'd kind of get out of it. And then we applied, and we had to make sure that we had good grades and nothing bad in school, and then the teachers picked from that. A lot of my friends have gone, and I've heard really good things about the trip and just like the whole experience, so I thought that I'd give it a try.
Many of the students on the trip were first-time travelers who were excited but a little scared to explore a new country.
Probably my favorite part was getting just to see how the other culture lived. I feel like in America we're so just sheltered, but getting to see like a whole other part of the globe was pretty awesome.
I think seeing a bunch of really old stuff that's really well preserved. There's like the Pantheon is like 2,000 something years old and it's still in like 100% perfect condition. So it's really cool. I was kind of nervous on the way here. Like I don't usually get nervous about flights, but it's a really long flight and overseas sometimes. So like that's kind of scary, but like it's not turned out to be nothing to worry about. And I thought being in Italy might be a little scary because it's a foreign place, but it's really not.
While on the trip, students were made aware of the recent outbreak of COVID-19 in northern Italy. While the trip flew into Milan, they didn't spend any time there and moved towards the south away from the outbreak. Students made sure to wash their hands and use hand sanitizer often, and were updated as to what was happening with the virus.
Upon their return, they were quarantined for 2 weeks, but despite the circumstances, the students still had an amazing time and are looking forward to next year's trip to Spain and Portugal.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited about next year's trip, which is to Portugal and Spain. And I've been to Spain now several times and Portugal once. And I love both countries, but I'm really, really looking forward to going back to Portugal.
Make sure to check outside Miss Reed and Miss Noon's room for details on next year's trip. For WHTV, this is Tyler and Alyssa.
Seems like a fun time. I wish I could travel too. Hopefully soon.
Yeah, the virus has been shutting everything down, including traveling, restaurants, and even college campuses.
You're right, Caroline, but this should all be done and over with by the time we head to college. Senior Annie Rademacher will be taking her amazing swimming talent to Northeastern University in September. Maggie and I talked to her about this. Annie Rademacher, a senior here at Winnicott, has already planned out the next few years as she is committed to Northeastern University for swim.
I'm Annie Rademacher and I'm going to Northeastern University in Boston for swimming next year, and I'm studying nursing.
She knew she wanted to swim in college, but it was a long process to narrow them all down.
Colleges would contact me through email, and I would get a bunch of different emails, and I started creating a list of what schools I was interested in, and they were also interested in me, so it was like a mutual relationship because I wanted people that were interested in me, but I also wanted to like the school.
With a number of schools on her list, Annie then had to decide her top choices.
I had about 20 schools in the beginning from all around the country, and I originally didn't want to go close to home, but then I ended up really liking Northeastern, BU, and Georgetown, so those were my top 3 at the end of the process. And then I narrowed it down to Northeastern because they have a really great nursing program, and they also have a co-op program, which is really important for nursing as well as swimming.
She has been swimming for 14 years and has been a member of multiple teams.
I've been swimming since I was 4.5 years old, and I've been on various club teams, and I did high school swimming as well.
Although swim is one of the reasons why Annie committed to Northeastern, she also focused on the quality of their academics.
For Northeastern, I'm really looking forward to the nursing program because it's a small program, so I'll get a lot of in-depth teaching and research done, so I'm excited for that. And I'm really excited for the co-ops because the co-ops are like a 6-month period of like a paid internship, so I'm excited to do that and be able to get experience in Boston in the medical field.
Annie looks forward to meeting all of the members of the swim team and is excited for her future at Northeastern.
I'm also just excited to meet all the girls on the team. I've already met some of them, but I haven't met the full team, so I'm excited to meet everyone and meet all the recruits and then my roommates for next year.
Playing sports in college is a big responsibility, and with that comes its challenges.
I think it's going to be I'm going to have to use a lot of time management skills. I'm going to be really busy, probably not get much sleep, but I feel like it will be worth it in the long run for my career in both swimming and nursing.
From WHTV, this is Maggie and Julia. She's so talented.
I know, right? She'll make a great addition to their swim team.
Other people have also been receiving recognition, like Dasha Petrowski.
Dasha Petrowski competed in the District American Legion Constitutional Oratorical Contest on February 16th and came in first place. She competed in the state competition on March 7th and also came in first place. She will be moving on to the national competition in April in Indianapolis. She wrote an 8 to 10 minute speech on the Constitution focusing on the rights and responsibilities. The second part was an assigned topic which ended up being on the 24th Amendment, which is about poll taxes.
Let's all wish her good luck. Caroline, what other things are you planning to doing with your time away from school?
Let me think. I might try reading more.
You're gonna try reading? You've never read a book before?
I mean, no, I used to like Dr. Seuss as a kid.
Dr. Seuss? Oh, well, okay, interesting. This year's musical was on Dr. Seuss. With the coronavirus, the students were devastated to learn that they could not have a live show. However, I was allowed to go, and they were allowed to also do a live stream so everyone can see it on YouTube.
No way. Well, maybe I don't have to read after all.
That's good. I didn't even know you could read.
Recently, Winnicott High School performed Seussical the musical. They had planned on performing 3 shows with a live audience, but with growing concerns about the coronavirus, they got devastating news that was no longer the plan.
I was definitely sad, but I wanted to keep it together, especially in front of the cast. Being a lead, I don't know, I felt like I had to keep it together, but I got dismissed right after the announcement, and I got in the car and I started bawling.
Given the task of having to put the crazy world of Dr. Seuss on stage, instead they were given the opportunity to live stream their show to the world.
For everyone, especially the seniors, it was different to perform without an audience, but it was also a blessing that so many people tuned in to watch.
So this is my senior year show, and the first time I heard that there wasn't going to be a live audience, I was really, really heartbroken and really upset because we put in so much time, and this just wasn't the normal plan. But after I had a few hours to calm down, I realized this was a blessing in disguise, and that we could have had more people watching it than we could have had come to the show because of the limitations we already had. So then it was time to put our game faces on and perform as best as we could for everyone watching.
Looking back, cast members reconcile about their feelings on the unusual circumstances, and they remember feeling that the Friday night show was their one shot to get it right.
Yeah, I think that definitely my mentality was this is our only chance, and this is my last show because I'm a senior, so it's my last chance to do the absolute best I can. So we just we did a great job.
Overall, the show went off very well, and everyone watching seemed to enjoy.
I think it went really, really well. I know for me personally, my part is very vocally demanding. Jumping around and belting at the same time isn't, the best circumstance. But it was so much fun, and I'll treasure it forever.
It may not have been what everyone wanted, but it was an experience no one will forget. This experience not only brought all the cast together, it was also a way to bring the community together.
It definitely brought us closer together as a cast, because we were all going through the same thing. I mean, you think opening night, some people are worried about a dance, some people are worried about a song, other people may be excited, and then at that point we were all just in the same exact boat where we wanted to keep performing and we didn't have the chance to.
The way that I look at it is doing this live stream has really not only helped the cast be able to present all the work that we've worked on for the past few months, but we've also been able to spread this light to the community as we're going through this tough time with the coronavirus and people being out of school and just a lot of people not being able to socialize and see each other with self-quarantine. So I think that being able to present our school show in front of all these people in our community and even across the world literally, it's just such an incredible thing that we've been able to do, and I'm honestly so proud of our cast for what we've been able to do.
Currently, the Seussical live stream has 4,000 views, and the GoFundMe has raised over $5,000. For WHTV, this is Maggie and Julia.
If you're interested in supporting the show, there's a GoFundMe page to help with the ticket sales lost. The goal is $10,000, and you can find the page link under the Seussical livestream on the WHTV YouTube page.
Well, everyone, that's going to wrap it up from here. Hope to see you all very soon.
Exactly. We want to graduate everyone, so make healthy decisions, and maybe we can go back to school.
Never thought I'd hear you say that.
Me either. Have a good day, Winnicott.
Bye! Okay, where do you start? Yeah, I know, but at least I get some time off.
I'm sorry, this isn't my words.
Yeah, I'm re-saying that one part because I don't agree with it.
Oh, I have to redo this. Caroline!
Bye.